Hi everybody, it's Dandruff with your news cartridge for Monday, January 4th, 2016. A custom version of Linux has been created for the PS4 which has allowed a user to play Pokemon on his PlayStation. Ooh, fancy. Steam surpassed 12 million concurrent users online yesterday. Wow. And another console hack as a user has managed to get Windows 95 running on his new Nintendo 3DS. Why? It seems that things have picked up again, but I'm still just going to cover my worst games that I played that released in 2015. This was either because I just didn't have fun with it, it was horribly buggy to the point that it was unplayable, or it just was a bad idea to begin with, or a combination of the sorts. So here we go! I don't think that this is a surprise to anyone, but Arkham Knight is on this list. The first thing that bothered me was that the game out of the box was locked at 30 frames per second, completely unacceptable for a game like this in this day and age for someone like myself. And then after unlocking the frame rate, it would crash on me. This is the first game ever to be taken down from Steam because of backlash from the community in the form of refunds. Sorry Arkham Knight, but you were in the wrong place at the wrong time and have become the poster child for Steam refunds. I will admit that the story was quite interesting, the voice acting was amazing, and the puzzles not involving the Batmobile were interesting and different. The number of problems outweighed the good though, including textures failing to load properly and just how easy it was from the beginning. It just broke immersion and led me not having fun. I'm happy that 2015 is over because Batman is behind us now. This may be a surprise to some, but I really didn't have fun playing Choice Chamber. This is a basic 2D platformer which is specifically meant to be streamed and played with an audience. While this sounds amazing, it was just implemented awfully. The weapon choices are dull, being sword and hammer, which are almost the same, or bow, the only ranged weapon in the game. The audience is then given prompts and then may vote for different choices to assist or hinder you, but let's face it, they're not going to help you, not in any way, or at least not for very long. I tried many times to play the game and get as far as I could, but no matter what I did or how many times I asked nicely, the audience is bound to start working against the streamer. I understand the need to put things that do not assist the player in the game, but it was so repetitive it just got old quickly. Here's one that I recommend to no one. Shower with Your Dad Simulator, the game that isn't what it says it is and delivers all its shock value in the title. It's boring. Just boring. It's a matching game and that's it. You're told you're this boy and this is what your dad looks like and you have to go to that dad as fast as possible without going to the other dads. That is all. It really doesn't get any harder than that, and there really doesn't seem to be an ending level. It just goes on for as long as you can stand. This game is a one-line joke and could be washed down the drain for all I care. Alright, so this one may surprise some people, but I really didn't like Emily is Away. I thought it was boring, and not because it's not really a game. There isn't a failure state, a score, or anything like that. It's a choose-your-own-adventure interactive novel. But then looking past the fact that it's not a game, it's very short, and because of that fact, multiple playthroughs feel very repetitive instead of feeling like you're discovering new things. And there are some choices that you make that lead you to having no choice at all later on. Hopefully this doesn't spoil much, but all the outcomes in the game are dark, and it has to deal with teenage angst. So that part is pretty much true, making it a really great idea, but in a form that is just too simple for me. The little bit I know about this developer, it is their first game, and they did an amazing attempt, but they just didn't do it for me. And there you have it. Thankfully there weren't too many bad games that released last year, or I just avoided a lot of them, but either way, it was a pretty good year. Tomorrow what I'm going to have for you is my 2015 honorable mentions, stuff that I really liked, you know, games that either weren't anything new that released before that, or early access games that technically didn't release yet. So, alright, on to tomorrow's game releases for PC: Contract, Walk the Light, Sora, Dungeons Are Random, Callie's Caves, A Wild Batgirl Appears, Crazy Belts, Elysium, Blood Games, and Nebula Online. For PlayStation 4, Amplitude. Thank you very much, everybody. This has been News Cartridge. I am Dandruff. I will see you tomorrow. And why did Bob eat his computer? Because it was an apple.